All right, so next up, coming into the room, guys, she is phenomenal. That's all I can tell you. She is phenomenal. Kylie, can you please send me a wave or something so that I can tap onto your tag to get you in the room? Kylie, if y'all don't follow her, and I'm not sure if she pronounces it Kylie Shea or Shea, but she is a phenomenal, there she is. Wait, boom, here she comes, y'all. I'm such a fan of hers. We've never met, so I'm about to fangirl. Watch this. Shh, don't tell nobody. I'm gonna try. What?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm so great. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to you.
Oh, me
now,
too.
Please forgive me. Tell me how to pronounce your last name.
Shea, Kylie Shea.
Shea. Okay, yes, Kylie Shea.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So as I was just saying, I am, and she knows, I am a fan. Baby, Kylie is the truth, honey.
You are a queen and you are the kindest. Thank you.
How are you, my friend?
I'm, dancing through life, every moment, every breath, just always dancing and feeling. So
me too, but I keep banging into a wall. I don't have Sasha here to keep guiding me, and my introduction to dance was partner dancing, and so when I'm like just kind of trying to float down the stairs or just just do a random arm extension. Can y'all see I got my, is that
yes it? Get it, girl. Exactly. Beautiful. You got it.
Did y'all hear my shoulder pop? All right, so Kylie, welcome to the chat.
Thank you so much.
You are one of our now official refreshing friends. Kylie has got so many phenomenal brands, and the things that she does with dance and movement to inspire is just, it's like I almost feel like I need supervision when I'm watching your page, because I want to just go and do everything. You guys, so Kylie did this post where she was walking across, was it in New York?
Yes, New York.
Yes, and I'm a New Yorker. And so I stopped immediately. This baby girl stopped traffic. She had on her tutu and her toe shoes, and she was on point. And I mean, just pow, 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 pow. And baby just walked across that crosswalk in New York City in her toe shoes. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so can you walk us through kind of the genesis for you for dance and movement? Because we're going to get into certainly the whole elements of intimacy. Mm-hmm. And guys, even though I was just joking around about partner dancing, one thing I really love about Kylie's page is that so much of her most intimate moments, she's by herself. And it's so empowering. And so enlightening. Okay, but let's back up and rewind. So the genesis for you with dance.
Oh man. Well, I truly believe I popped out of the womb dancing right away. I feel like my journey as a dancer started from as soon as I became a human on the earth, and it's a journey that never ends, and every day in dancing is different. Every emotion that you feel, every up and every down, every day is just a constant journey to learn more about yourself and to grow intimacy with yourself through movement. And I just think when it comes to ballet, our technique is a tool to be able to express ourselves. It's how we articulate ourselves, so in life, when we speak, the more vocabulary that we have, the more we're able to express what it is that we want to say. In ballet, the more technique we have, the more we're able to express with our movement what it is that we want to say. But really, all of that movement centers back into your core, into your soul, into your heart, into your gut. And I think that's why dance is such a powerful tool, no matter what style of dance you're doing. Again, whether it's ballet or hip hop or contemporary, you know, it's just such a beautiful tool to be able to connect with ourselves and also other people.
It's amazing. That's such an amazing and phenomenal way to say it, because it really is amazing to me how dance and movement, as much as the output is happening, how it comes right back to you.
Absolutely.
How does it do that?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, but it's interesting. I do spend so much time alone in the studio, and there's different moments when I can feel myself drop into this pocket. And I believe that dance is so intimidating for a lot of people because you can't lie. You know, you can't lie when you move, and it's your truth. You are dancing the truth
Yes.
of your essence.
Yes.
And so I think especially, you know, when you're dancing alone or when I improv, I can feel sometimes in a take, I'll stop and I'll say, no, I was in it and then I came out of it, and then I can reset. And it's the most, well, let me segue into this. I believe that true intimacy is rooted in vulnerability, which is why movement is such a important part of it. And again, developing that intimacy and the strength to be vulnerable with yourself really unlocks intimacy in all of your relationships.
Yes, indeed. Wait a minute. We just gonna let that breathe for a minute. Like a fine wine. We just gonna just take a minute and let that one drop in. There is a deep sense of vulnerability when you are dealing in dance and moving your body. There is such you feel almost like a nakedness, you know,
Yes.
and you feel so, and at the same time, it's once you get out of your head and you allow yourself to be so free with it, there's a liberation that comes.
Absolutely. And I think that it's so interesting. I feel like I'm a very extreme artist. You know, one day I'm wearing lingerie and I'm moving in what feels to me a very natural, organic, sensual way. Other times I'm in a tutu doing proper classical ballet, you know. And then other days I'm crying, just doing upper body movement and, you know, emoting that way. And I believe that all of those different sides and extremes, again, hold such a vulnerability, whether you're, you know, connecting in a sensual way or connecting in a emotive, you know, sad or joyous, everything just really, it's all so connected, but again, it's all so intimate. And, you know, dance is the universal language. So you can see someone do a gesture, and it doesn't matter what country you're from, what language you speak, you can feel, you know, you see the body and you can feel the energy that people radiate when they move. And you don't have to say a word, which is how, again, it's such a powerful tool, body language, you know.
Oh God!
Happy Saturday!
Yes, I mean, just you know, it is a heightened element of body language, you know, and being able to get to that place where, for me, I'm an analytical person, so I'm always, you know, in my head. And the brief period of dance journey that I had with Dancing with the Stars, and I'm qualifying this by saying it is night and day, but in terms of, you know, the professional dancing and all of that, my journey though was so, I got to learn obviously from such a top-notch professional and professionals, and to see this, you know, most dancers have been doing it since they were children. Just like me as an actor, doing this since I was a child. And so there is a passion there, but there also is that sense of where you just let go.
Yes.
And that process transcended movement and dance for me.
Yes.
So it really started to affect and impact and enlighten other aspects of my life.
Mm.
How did you, and I realized that again, you've been doing this, like you said, since practically before you came out of the womb. But do you ever, even at this stage in your illustrious ballet and dancer career, have you, do you still have moments where you get in your head? And if so, how do you move from that to get back to that pure sense of self in order to be free in the moves?
Mm. Beautiful question. It's a journey. You know, I train every day. I go to the studio or I train at home, depending on where I am. And I think a lot of it is showing up and being really present, and again, being really honest with yourself. Because on any given day, some days I'm blasting hip hop to the studio, I'm feeling it. I get there, I'm grooving, I'm doing my whole ballet class, you know, with hip hop music on. Some days I go and I just sit for 30 minutes before I even start, and I'll just sit in silence, and then I'll dance in total silence. Some days I have, you know, classical music playing, and I think so much of it is honoring where you are on any given day and any given emotion that you're feeling, and letting that inform your movement. Because again, I've been teaching ballet classes, and I'll play different music for different combinations, and it's so beautiful to see how much music moves us. You know, dance is the physical manifestation of music. Mm-hmm. And so to feel how your body responds to the music that you're listening to. I think a lot of times when I'm training or improvising, once I find and lock in whatever my vibe is that day, that's when I'll really drop into the pocket of, okay, this is honoring where I am today in my journey. And I can feel it, you know, I can feel it instantly. And again, it's that moment when you release judgment and you're just present, and you can just connect with your essence, and then again, let that come out through your movement. So it's still a struggle. There's still days where I can't find it, but I show up anyways and I try, you know, and then there's some days.
Say that again. It's still a struggle. There are days when you can't find it, but I still show up.
Yes, I know. We got to show up for ourselves, for our art, for our loved ones, for our world.
Yeah.
You know.
So the things that you're saying, and the way that you were so eloquently expressing in words, you know, movement and dance, and the connectivity with that and intimacy. How do we as laypersons, you know, that saying, you know, dance like no one is watching. And that includes, here we go. That includes you.
Yes.
Because sometimes we get in our own way immediately.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, that gave me full body chills. It's the truth. Again, it's removing that judgment, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with yourself first and foremost, whether you're feeling joy or pain or sensuality or, you know, whatever you're feeling in the moment. Just really, again, honoring where you are and honoring that showing up is step one. And then allowing yourself to just be really present and be exactly where you are versus where you think you're supposed to be, or I'm supposed to be doing this. No, you're here. We're here now. You're dancing, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Again, just honoring that present moment and just bringing truth. You know, I think my teacher used to say, art is truth, and without truth, there is no art. And I think that the most beautiful artistry, whether it's dancers or musicians or, you know, acting, every art form, the people who really resonate and inspire us, I believe, are the ones that do it with truth. Whatever that truth is for you and the experiences that you've had in your life. And I think that, again, that's the same with movement, because in ballet, everyone will do a plie a little bit differently, depending on, you know, your body structure, and even just day to day, you know, as long as you are bringing your truth to your movement, I think that that is what makes it the most powerful it can be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I love how you say, you know, being able to just honor yourself in that moment, you know, because it does change. And we're also so caught up in moving forward and what's next and giving yourself. And as an actor, I know I'm supposed to be present and in the moment and listen to the actor that or the actors I'm talking to in a scene, you know, and different things to be able to, you know, so that you can connect. But as a parent, being able to savor this moment with my child, because they're growing so fast. And so, you know, being able to honor this moment. And I love how you say that, how that kind of infuses and even infiltrates what goes on in the moment of dancing. So guys, if you're just joining us, this is of course the beautiful and talented dancer, Kylie Shea. And so we are talking about intimacy and movement. And for those of you who are just like, listen, I got hip replacement surgery, knee surgery. My arms don't seem to work for the first 3 hours that I'm awake. There's all sorts of stuff going on. You know, I never have a moment to myself. There's all sorts of things that can hinder moving. Pandemic, hello. Being able to steal away, you know, for just a moment, whether it's in the bathroom. You know, when Quincy was little, and he would, you know, would kind of supervise his bath time. You know, the bathroom, that's a beautiful surface, and there's a big old mirror, beautiful floor. And I told Misty this, and we have a mutual friend, Misty Copeland, and I know we both love her. Yay, Misty! She was on here during my birthday season last year. Beautiful. And she and I did some dancing. I'll have to send you the
I love it. I can't wait.
But I would just, you know, I would honestly just, you know, pas de bourrée and sachet and just, you know, just move my arms and just start living.
Yes.
You know, and just in those little moments and how much it does for you, you know, in that moments. Right before the pandemic, I started taking tango classes. And, you know, and just being able to just have that type of skill set and artistry. But also, you know, again, that sense of just being so free. I spend a great deal of time, like most people, being hard on myself.
Yes.
You know, jumping outside and looking at, and got all kind of mouth about, you know, oh this, oh that, and you know, and judging. And everybody says, you know, we are our own worst critics and those sorts of things. But being able to transcend, did that help? Did you struggle at all, especially during like formative years and things like that?
Oh gosh, yes. Well, okay, I want to go back for 1 second to something that you said, because I love when you were talking about, you know, moving. I believe literally every movement that we do is dancing. So you wake up in the morning, you get out of bed. That's choreography. You're brushing your teeth. That can be choreography. You know, you're doing your hair, you're putting in your earrings, you're cooking, right? I dance while I cook all the time, but I think that when you strip away the intimidation that, oh, I have to be in a room with a bar or have choreography. No, life is choreography. Life is dance, and that we're always dancing, and that there's a way, you know, whether you're walking your dog or you're working out, or again, you're writing, even writing with a pen, your hand movement is choreography, you know? So I feel like part of my mission is to help inspire people to know that dance can be a part of your life, whether you're a professional dancer or not, and that it can enhance everything. And again, your connection to yourself and able to be able to connect with others around you. Anyways, now I forgot the other question, but I was just thinking about that because I was brushing my teeth before this. I was like, okay.
But you're right that it does, play, but that you don't even think about, that everything is choreography. I know as soon as I finished doing Dancing with the Stars, everything was choreography.
Yes.
Walking from the car to the porch, I was like, oh, front door choreography,
Morning coffee.
Right, exactly.
Get it going.
And so that's very freeing. Again, there's so much liberation going on here, where you just, hello, Australia, hello, Germany, hello, Dubai. We've got some international vibes all up in here too. So hello, everybody. But you do forget that, it also helps to take that sense of mundaneness. And guys, again, especially in what seems to be, this quarantine esque pandemic, Groundhog Day-esque kind of thing, that you are doing. Yes, thank you, Refresh by KF. Everything is choreography, according to Kylie Shea. Absolutely. I was wondering if you went through any sort of I don't want to call it an awkward stage, because I think that, just the nature of growing pains and puberty, I think we all have that, even, everybody, because that's just a part of humanity. But when you have those moments, even in your grown womanness, it's like, I look at Agent Provocateur, and I was like, oh my God, yes, work. Again, if you jump over to Kylie's page, she is also an agent. I was going to say an ambassador, but an agent provocateur for a wonderful line of intimate apparel. And I mean, just, I just love that, again, circling, keeping this always hovering around intimacy, that's something that is, again, so personal and so private and so beautiful, oftentimes for someone, but first and foremost, starting with you, right?
Absolutely. Okay, to segue these two things together. When I was dancing professionally in a concert dance company, I danced for Spectrum Dance Theater in Seattle, Washington, under the artistic direction of Donald Byrd, who's an incredible artist and human being. The first few years were extremely challenging. I mean, the work was always challenging, but I felt like I was constantly trying to please him. And I was worried about doing the right steps to make him happy. And then I went through a really difficult period, just trying to be the best artist that I could be, the best woman that I could be, in and out of the studio. And then something happened, and one day it just clicked. And, sometimes we would start a piece and I wouldn't even do a step, and he'd turn the music off and say, no, stop. Your intention's not there. I didn't move at all. He could just sense the energy of not being present, or again, really locking into whatever it is that we were dancing about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one day I was like, okay, here we go. I'm prepared for us to get 2 seconds in and then, turn off the music and get nuts. Yeah. And I got through the entire solo that I was doing, or a duet actually. And it finished and he said, okay, not bad. Which, in dance, not bad is like the greatest compliment ever. Anyways, and there was something that I felt in that moment. I remember it so clearly, that I really surrendered myself completely to the art, to the message, and I let the judgment go of thinking about, how is he judging me right now? How am I judging myself? And I just let the art, I connected with it on such a deep level that I feel like it transcended, again, that judgment and that fear of judgment. Yeah. Both from my director and from myself. And so that was a really life-changing moment years ago. And I think now, again, going back to Agent Provocateur, one of the things that I'm so grateful for is that they allow me to celebrate all of the different colors that I have as an artist, because I'm not just a ballerina, you know.
Yes.
I move in ways that feel natural, and I like to fuse things together because we all have so many sides, and I really strongly am opposed to the idea that we all need to fit in a little box, you know, no matter what your art form is. And so, again, releasing that judgment,
yeah,
and just being free and letting, sometimes dancing through the awkwardness. I have plenty of awkward improvs where I'm like, whoa, well, that didn't feel good. And sometimes those moments are what help us realize what does feel good. So those awkward moments are really important too, I think, because again, as sometimes when I do guided improvs in my classes, I say, okay, now put yourself in a really uncomfortable position so that when you get back to alignment, you can feel how good that feels. And I think that applies to, you know, intimacy as well.
yes,
Sometimes you find yourself in uncomfortable positions with yourself, you know, or in relationships and friendships and family and everything. And sometimes working through that helps you again to realign and feel like, oh, okay, this is my vulnerability, this is my essence, and this is my true moment of intimacy.
yeah, yeah. Oh. Ooh, the gems up in here. I mean, I can't wait to go back and watch this. And
Oh
I'm
my
here
goodness.
for it. Oh, Kylie, I was in awe of you before. And it's just, you know, just elevated because that sentiment. There are certain things that seem to be really constant and universal, guys, as we're talking about breathing and leveling up life, as we're talking about intimacy and some of the other themes that we've had every month at Refresh by KF. There's certain things that seem to constantly come back. Giving yourself permission, surrender, no judgment, release, you know, let go. I mean, there are certain things that really just seem to be at the core at, I think, what has been put on me with a movement, you know, of a lifestyle movement for kind of like reinvigorating yourself and starting from the inside out. And so that's why I wanted to speak to you today about this stuff, because dance and movement is so powerful visually, you know, and yet so inspiring. And so I'm just so elated to have kind of, you know, burst open these doors with you, you know, to now know that this is an ongoing, like pretty much every conversation that I have on my lives, this is really the beginning of more ongoing conversations. Will you please come back and chat with us again?
Anytime. This was such a pleasure. You are such an incredible human and artist, and you're so inspiring, and just thank you so much for your time and for having me. This was really lovely.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, give it up for Kylie Shea in the house. Thank you, Mom. Big kisses to you. Thank you so much, hon.
Have a beautiful day.
Have a great one, honey. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So, what a great live, if I do say so myself. Thank you, Pat Neely. Thank you, Kylie Shea. Woo, the gems, family. I'm serious. I need to go back and I'm gonna just watch it because there was so much. Here's some of my takeaways, I guess, from this month of talking about intimacy, of talking about the things that affect and impact and can help us level up. Certainly, something that someone had said in the live last week, self-esteem and intimacy go hand in hand. Recognizing that we have that, again, that complicated relationship with pleasure. Understanding that there are so many things, from music to dance and movement to cooking to actual products and things. All of these areas that can help inform and transform who we are when it comes to intimacy. So I really hope that you guys got so many gems like I did from this month in this conversation. Again, if you don't already follow us, Refresh by KF. This is my lifestyle brand. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm so glad that you tuned in. Next month, we are doing a wonderful celebration of women from around the world. And so we're going to be doing some live chats with some global influencers. But also, we're going to be hearing from some of our refreshing dudes who have been on our lives. And they are going to be kind of celebrating and honoring women, international women who have influenced or inspired them. So it's going to be a really great month as always. And my Refresh team, headed up by Kira McCain, thank you so much for being an incredible, incredible team. Just a few housekeeping things, guys. So again, remember to follow us, Refresh by KF. We do have a wonderful, gorgeous, hot, dope as website, so be sure to follow us. All of the chats are also on our YouTube channel, again, Refresh by KF. All of the chats, guys, we're not even a year old. We launched on my birthday last year, and we've got some incredible things coming up for you this spring. So also we've got some wonderful trips, some additional great themes coming up in the months to come, so you don't want to miss that. And we're also starting to plan a retreat. Thank you so much, Mind, Body, Soul Fit. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. So we've got some trip giveaways. We've got a retreat coming up. Don't forget, again, from last week, the wonderful ladies from the product Condition Her. We do have our promo code still in effect. So Kira, if you're still on, could you please put up the promo code that if you use that over at Condition Her and their wonderful products, you will get your discount. Signature Blends by KF. So you know I have coffee, tea, and hot cocoa and spices. And so, oh, thank you, Kylie. It was amazing speaking with you. Thank you. And so Signature Blends by KF, if you don't already follow my brand of coffee, tea, hot cocoa, and spiced rubs, please do. We have got you covered for all of your winter vibes. So if you are chilly right now, we got you covered with all of your hot beverage needs. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Somebody said, you know, I love me, the Harlem Collection. Thank you. Thank you, Pat Neely. Now, if a chef is telling you that the coffee is the bomb, that's saying a lot. So thank you. So be sure to follow us. We are coming up on some fantastic conversations there with our One Cup at a Time conversation series. And so again, follow us there and friend us, like us, the whole nine. And again, our website is Signature Blends by KF. Signature Blends by KF. Yay! Couple of birthday shout outs. Yesterday, my sister Erica Badu it was her birthday. You know, I love you, sis. I know I was like the first person to wish her happy birthday because I waited till it was midnight and sent her a text and we chatted it up. So happy birthday to my, what I call her, my creative compass sister. And she's just one of the most amazing human beings that I know. So I love you. And Erica, you're just phenomenal. This Monday, my sister Alexis, a lot of you have been asking about her and her phenomenal page as well. And so this Monday, she wanted to try to drop in today so we could send her some birthday love. But Alexis, happy birthday. She wasn't available to pop by, but happy birthday. It's going to be on Monday. I'll see if I can't get her to do a little bit of a birthday shout on Monday. But her birthday is coming up, so I remember the day Alexis was born. I'll get into that story on Monday when I do a live for her. But happy birthday, Muff. I love you. And when I tell you, I look at Alexis's page and I am always inspired. Number one, she's so funny. She's one of the funniest persons on the planet. But I love to follow her and see her post and things because she is always inspiring to me. And walking in her authentic self and her truth and everything. So much love to you, Alexis. I think you're just phenomenal. So there we go. That is our chat for today. I'm glad you had a wonderful time. I know I did. Thanks again for stopping by. And again, all of the chats are here on my feed, but also at Refresh by KF on our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us and have a phenomenal rest of your weekend.